2023 has arrived, and that means a whole new calendar of events in the baseball world. Today, let's look at all the important dates this year. Some of these events only come around every few years, and you do not want to miss them and have to wait around for the next one. Others occur every year, but most of them will take place with a few changes this year. This will mostly be a calendar of big events for the major professional leagues of the world, but also a few international tournaments. I did a video like this a few years ago where I covered every international tournament scheduled for the year of 2020. Of course, we all know how that turned out. I'd like to do that again, but it's hard to find the dates for all those events. So this one will just include a few international tournaments and the most important dates for the professional leagues. If you're like me, you've already got a plan for what baseball games you want to go to this year. Leave a comment telling us what games you're going to, or might go to. I'll be going to the WBC Pool B, maybe some random NPB game, and a few games in the BC League. Or maybe you're not going to any games. Maybe you're trying to save money or have more important things to do, and you'll just watch on TV or the internet. In that case, just comment which event you're most looking forward to. Let's start with right now. It's January 6th, and if you're looking for some baseball, there's plenty of it in the warm weather places. Postseason is going on in 8 different Caribbean countries. They'll all play a final series and have a champion by the end of this month. Then, from February 2nd to the 10th, the 65th edition of the Caribbean Series will be held in La Guaira, Venezuela, at Estadio Forum La Guaira. This will be the biggest Caribbean Series ever. For the first time, the champions of 8 countries will participate. Returning from last year are the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Mexico, Venezuela, Colombia, and Panama. Cuba is returning after a 3-year absence, and for the first time, a team from Curacao will also compete. The defending champions are Caimanes de Barranquilla of Colombia. They shocked everyone by becoming the first Colombian team to win it all in 2022. If you can't wait that long, there's one Caribbean country that doesn't get invited to the Caribbean Series that will hold its championship series at the end of January. That is the LBPN of Nicaragua. They're in their postseason now, and that will go on till January 19th. I didn't see a date for the start of the final series, but I imagine they'll start a couple days after that, maybe the 21st. Best thing about the LBPN is that you don't need a paid subscription to watch. You can see everything live on YouTube. Link in the description for that. Then there's one that's not even in the Caribbean. The Australian Baseball League regular season ends on January 22nd. Semifinals begin right after that, followed by the Championship Series. Both are best of 3. The final series will take place in early February, with the final game on February 5th. Last season in Australia was cancelled, so this is their first championship since 2021, and their first under the regular format since 2020. You can also watch this one for free. Just need to create a free account. Link is in the description. Mid-February to the middle of March is normally the slowest time of year. The winter leagues are all done, and the boys of summer are just dusting off their gloves. No action on the field. But this year, late February and early March will be the build-up to the biggest baseball event in the world. From March 8th to the 21st is the World Baseball Classic. Bigger than ever, this year's WBC will feature 20 teams, up from the usual 16. This is a 2-year delay of the 2021 WBC, so it's been 6 years since the last time it was played. The first round will take place between the 8th and 15th of March. Pool A takes place from March 8th to 12th at Taichung Baseball Stadium in Taichung, Taiwan. Pool B is from the 9th to the 13th at Tokyo Dome. Pool C from the 11th to 15th at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona, and Pool D from the 11th to 15th at Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. Second round, 4 days, 2 locations, 15th and 16th in Tokyo, 17th and 18th in Miami. Then the championship game will be on March 21st in Miami. A week after the WBC champion is crowned, it's time for opening day all around the world. The first major professional league to get started will be Nippon Professional Baseball in Japan. The NPB season begins on Thursday, March 30th at a brand new stadium. Escon Field will open for the first time as the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters will host the Rakuten Eagles. It'll be everyone's first chance to see live baseball at the new 35,000-seat ballpark. All other teams will open their seasons 1 day later, on Friday, March 31st. Major League Baseball will also be open for business on Thursday, March 30th, though North America is nearly half a day behind Japan, so you can catch 2 opening days in the span of 12 hours. Unlike in Japan, where only 1 game is scheduled for the first day, MLB has scheduled all 30 teams to open on the 30th. If every game goes on as scheduled, it will be the first time since 1968 that every team in MLB opens their season on the same day. After that, we've got 2 more opening days on Saturday, April 1st. In Korea, the KBO season gets underway with all 10 teams taking the field. 5 games, and 4 of them will be in and around Seoul. In Taiwan, the CPBL starts on that same day. Only 1 game though. As they always do, opening day is a rematch of the last Taiwan series. The CTBC brothers will begin their title defense at their home, Taichung Intercontinental Baseball Stadium, taking on the Rakuten Monkeys. April will also be time for opening day in several leagues across the European continent, but I don't have those dates at this time. In Mexico, you've got to wait till the 20th of April for opening day. The 90-game LMB schedule gets started with defending champions Leones de Yucatan on the road, visiting Estadio Domingo Santana to take on Bravos de León. Just those two on Thursday the 20th. The other 16 teams open their season one day later, on Friday, April 21st. Just over a week into the LMB season, and Mexico will be welcoming two teams from north of the border. On April 29th and 30th, a Saturday and Sunday, the San Diego Padres and San Francisco Giants will play a two-game series at Estadio Art Bellu in Mexico City. The MLB Mexico Series is not a new thing, but in the past it always took place in Monterrey. This will be the first time it takes place in the Mexican capital. It was supposed to happen in 2020, but that got canceled. Mexico will also be the site of the first All-Star game of the summer. The All-Star weekend for the LMB will be in Villahermosa, Tabasco from June 16th to the 19th at the newly renovated Parque Centenario de Febrero 27. In June, MLB will once again be heading outside of its usual borders. On June 24th and 25th, the Chicago Cubs and St. Louis Cardinals will take their rivalry to London Stadium for a two-game weekend series. This will only be the second MLB London series. The first was back in 2019, and the first one to feature National League teams. Like the Mexico City series, this one was supposed to happen in 2020, so MLB is making up for lost time here. That brings us to July, middle of the season for most leagues of the world, and that means the All-Star break. MLB will hold its Midsummer Classic at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, the first All-Star game in Seattle since 2001. That will be on Tuesday, July 11th. In the KBO, the All-Star break is from July 14th to the 20th. The All-Star game is on the 15th, no venue named yet. The NPB All-Star Series will be on July 19th and 20th. On Wednesday the 19th, the Central and Pacific Leagues will meet at the Ventolin Dome in Nagoya. On Thursday the 20th, they'll move over to Mazda Stadium in Hiroshima. The last All-Star break will be in Taiwan. The CPBL All-Star Series will be on July 29th and 30th, a Saturday and Sunday. No venue named yet. Then it's time to narrow the fields down to only the very best teams. The Mexican League will be the last to start and the first to finish. The final day of the LMB regular season is August 6th. The 12-team division playoffs get started 2 days later on August 8th and run till September 6th. Then the championship series, the best of 7 Serie del Rey, will start on September 8th. If it goes a full 7 games, the last game would be on the 16th. More league championship series will follow, but first there's the Asian Games, taking place from September 23rd to October 8th in Hangzhou, China. This is the 2022 Asian Games, 1 year delayed. Over 50 sports on the program, and baseball is one of them, with brand new baseball and softball stadiums to open for the occasion. And sometime in September will be the Under-18 Baseball World Cup. The last one was last year, but that was delayed from 2021, and it takes place every 2 years, so it's time for another one. No details yet. 12 countries will participate. Right now, 7 have qualified. USA, Mexico, Venezuela, Panama, Netherlands, Spain, and Australia. 5 more spots are up for grabs. The MLB regular season ends on Sunday, October 1st. 2 days later, the postseason begins. The American and National League champions meet in the World Series, beginning on October 27th. The latest possible finish would be Game 7 on November 4th. NPB postseason starts on October 14th with the first stage of the Climax Series. On October 28th, the two league champions will meet in Game 1 of the Japan Series. If it goes to Game 7, that will be on November 5th. The KBO and CPBL seasons will end around the same time, followed by their playoffs and championship series, but we don't have exact dates for those yet. Then it'll be time for the winter leagues to start again, and we won't know those dates until later in the year. About half start in October, a few start up in November. Panama usually starts in December. Then we'll be right back where we are now, except we'll all be 1 year older. So enjoy the new year of baseball wherever you are in the world. Anyway, that's all for this one. Until next time, this is Baseball International. See ya.